Partisan radicals are back to spewing venom, and they seem to be getting a free run in at least two states, Punjab and Himachal Pradesh. And in both instances, the Aam Aadmi Party finds itself in the midst of the controversy in Punjab, where in Patiala, violent clashes took place on the 29th of April. The Aam Aadmi Party faced allegations of dereliction of duty. Videos that Times Now has accessed show that pro-Khalistan calls were given, but the state failed to act. Even an intel note warned of mobilization by pro-Khalistan groups, but no action was taken. In Himachal, the party's social media chief has now been suspended after his old posts on social media furthering the Khalistani agenda went viral. Harpreet Bedi's tweets and Facebook posts from 2012 onwards surfaced, where he is seen justifying a separate Khalistani state. The party was quick to distance itself from the man mired in the controversy, but no answers on why he rose up the ranks despite his ideology being well known for years. A fierce face-off naturally has erupted since then. The BJP has gunned for the Aam Aadmi Party and said that this shows their separatist mindset.
Harpreet Singh only proves that AAP stands for Anarchist Algawadi Party. The mere expulsion of this pro-Khalistani leader that was within the ranks of the Aam Aadmi Party is not sufficient. His tweets, his vichardhara, his ideology was well known and was in the public domain. Yet he had been appointed as the social media head by Aam Aadmi Party, and therefore the Aam Aadmi Party cannot just expel and make its distance from such a leader. Why was such a leader given patronage within the Aam Aadmi Party? Why was he appointed? Was no background check done, or was a background check done and he was appointed because he had such a background of pro-Khalistani, pro-separatist tendencies?
इस चीज से एक चीज तो स्पष्ट नजर आ रही है कि केजरीवाल को अगर कोई फंडिंग कर रहा है तो वो खालिस्तान के लोग हैं, जो उसकी पार्टी को पैसा दे रहे हैं वो खालिस्तान के लोग हैं। दूसरा, खालिस्तान की जो मूवमेंट है वो क्या मांग रहा है? उनकी मांग ये है कि पंजाब और हिमाचल प्रदेश जो पुराना था उनको टूट के एक अलग राष्ट्र बनाया जाए। तो क्या ये भारत माँ के टुकड़े नहीं हुए? ये भारत माँ के टुकड़े होते हैं। और एंटी नेशनल बात है कि जिस प्रकार से उन्होंने पंजाब में ये मूवमेंट खड़ी करी, कल भी धारा 144 पंजाब में लगी थी, राइट्स होने लगे हैं। उनके मुख्यमंत्री पंजाब के जो है वहां पे अपना जो वहां पे पीस सिचुएशन है उसको संभाल नहीं पा रहे हैं। तो वो क्या स्पष्ट करना चाहते हैं? हिमाचल में भी क्या वो आग और ज्वलंत मुद्दों के माध्यम से लोगों को जो है वो इस प्रकार जो है भड़काना चाहते हैं? भड़काऊ राजनीति नहीं चलेगी, एंटी सोशल राजनीति नहीं चलेगी।
Now, after the violent clashes that took place in Patiala, police are looking at a pre-planned conspiracy that ended in this violent confrontation. Officials are also looking at videos posted on social media asking for crowds to gather. Videos that Times Now has accessed show that pro-Khalistan calls were given. In fact, the man who was eventually arrested from the airport, Baljinder Parwana, took to social media to post videos for the Khalistan cause. The main conspirator was identified by police. He was presented before a court which has sent him to a 4-day police remand. Notably, Parwana had urged Sikhs from different parts of Punjab to gather in Patiala against the march.
वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह। संगत जी, खालिस्तान जिंदाबाद है, जिंदाबाद से जिंदाबाद रहेगा। ये गल आपां हमेशा रहिंदे स्वासां तक करनी है। 29 तरीक नूं पटियाले जदों आप SSP साहब कोल गए, उन्होंने पूर्ण भरोसा दवाया सी कि यह मार्च नहीं निकलेगा, और सानू उन्हां दे बचना ते भरोसा भी है SSP नानक सिंह दे बचना ते। उन्होंने बड़े कॉन्फिडेंट ना कहा सी भी नहीं होएगा, मनदे आ। पर संगत जी गल याद रखियो, मसला बहुत उलझ चुकिया। बांदरां दी तैयारी अपने वालों कहंदे असीं रुकदे नहीं। मैं पहला बेनती की सी, माहौल आपां खराब करना नहीं, जे कोई करेगा फिर आपां जरना नहीं। 29 तरीक नूं आपां गुरुद्वारा दूख निवारण साहिब पटियाला सरोवर साहिब दी परिक्रमा दे विच इकट्ठे होना है, उत्थे बैठना है। जे मार्च नहीं रुकदा फिर अगला फैसला उत्थे संगत, ये कोई परवाने दा फैसला नहीं, ये उन्हां दा फैसला जिहड़े कौम नाल, पंथ नाल, अपने पंजाब ते पंजाबीयत नाल प्यार करदे ने। सानू बंद किया जाता है ते ये हालात बन सकते ने, कोई भी बन जे, पर सिख संगत ने अपनी जिम्मेवारी समझ के 29 तरीक नूं 9 बजे गुरुद्वारा दूख निवारण साहिब पहुंचना है। गुरु तेग बहादुर पातशाह दे चरनां दी आपां खुशियां लैणियां ने। ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਸੀਸ ਦਿੱਤਾ, ਅੱਜ ਉਹੀ ਉਸ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਦੀਆਂ ਕੁਰਬਾਨੀਆਂ ਭੁੱਲ ਕੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਅੱਖਾਂ 'ਤੇ ਦਿਖਾਉਂਦੇ ਨੇ। ਇੱਕ ਗੱਲ ਯਾਦ ਰੱਖਿਓ, ਜ਼ੁਲਮ ਕਰਨਾ ਪਾਪ, ਜ਼ੁਲਮ ਸਹਿਣਾ ਬੜਾ ਵੱਡਾ ਪਾਪ। ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਆਪਾਂ ਐਸਐਸਪੀ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਨਾਲ ਪ੍ਰੋਮਿਸ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੈ ਵੀ ਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਰੋਕਤਾ ਸਾਡੇ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਕੋਈ ਮਾਰਚ ਨਹੀਂ ਨਿਕਲੇਗਾ, ਤੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਐਸਐਸਪੀ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਨੂੰ ਮੌਕਾ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਦੇਣਾ ਹੈ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਪ੍ਰੂਵ ਕਰਨ ਦਾ ਵੀ ਹਾਂ ਜੇ ਮੈਂ ਪ੍ਰੋਮਿਸ ਕੀਤਾ ਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਆਪਣਾ ਪ੍ਰੋਮਿਸ ਪੂਰਾ ਕੀਤਾ। ਅਸੀਂ ਵੀ ਉਸ ਪ੍ਰੋਮਿਸ ਦੇ ਆਧਾਰ ਤੇ ਕੋਈ ਬੈਨਰ, ਕੋਈ ਪੋਸਟਰ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਚੌਂਕ, ਕਿਸੇ ਚਰਾਏ ਤੇ ਨਾ ਖੜਾਂਗੇ ਨਾ ਤੁਰਾਂਗੇ। ਪਰ ਜੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਬਾਂਦਰਾਂ ਨੇ ਕਰਤੂਤ ਕੀਤੀ ਤੇ ਫਿਰ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਰੋਕਣਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਔਖਾ ਹੋਊਗਾ। ਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਫਿਰ ਬੇਨਤੀ ਕਰਾਂ, ਕੁਝ ਵੀ ਹੋ ਸਕਦਾ, ਪਰਵਾਨੇ ਦੇ ਕਹਿਣ ਤੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਉਣਾ ਉੱਥੇ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣਾ ਫਰਜ਼ ਸਮਝ ਕੇ ਉੱਥੇ ਆਉਣਾ ਹੈ।
Gurpreet, specifically talking about Parwana, was there a clear indication that the man is trying to foment trouble, and why was it ignored?
Well, yes, of course. Before 29th, we have seen that a lot of videos on the social media, and specifically Parwana, he was trying to instigate a lot of people to come there at Patiala. And the major negligence of the police was that why they allowed all these people to gather at a spot in the Gurdwara Sahib. And at the same time, Shiv Sena workers had been allowed to be gathered near the temple. So all these questions are still unanswered. And at the same time, the police say, yes, of course, there was the intelligence inputs, but nobody has worked on these intelligence inputs, and that's why there is a huge embarrassment to the government also. One side, we have seen the Chief Minister of Punjab, Bhagwant Singh Mann, has already confirmed there were intelligence inputs. There was no failure of the intelligence input. But who was the person who behind all these violence, and who allowed the people to roam with the branching swords in the streets of Patiala? And at the same time, how did the stone pelleting start? That these are the questions which are still to be investigated. But this we can see that both the sides, whether it's the Shiv Sena or Sikh organization, specifically Parwana, they were instigating the people before 29th. And what we have learned from the preliminary investigation, what we have learned that 5 days before the 29th, there were a lot of videos on the social media. Why the police did not act on these videos?
Absolutely.
Where they were
If
trying to
somebody
instigate
like a Barjinder Parwana very clearly asking for people to assemble and oppose the anti-Khalistan march, did the police already not know that there would be trouble? Guru Prakash, national spokesperson of the BJP, joins us along with RSN Singh, author Sundar Balakrishnan, political analyst, Manasvi Thapar, lawyer and political analyst. But in particular, it's not just the inaction in stopping the clashes, Guru Prakash. Your party has picked up on the Aam Aadmi Party's social media head in Himachal Pradesh and his past record. Why?
No, you see, Padmaja, we must understand one thing, that Aam Aadmi Party in Punjab, and we very strongly believe that Aam Aadmi Party nationally has become a den of breaking India forces. Aam Aadmi Party is a threat to internal security and stability of our country. It's now sufficiently established. An office bearer of your party, a person who is holding an official responsibility, and that to a very crucial one, as a social media in charge of a very crucial state of Himachal Pradesh, he is saying that it's a constitutional duty, it's a constitutional demand of Khalistan. How preposterous is this? I don't understand. Aam Aadmi Party leadership is still silent on the issue. What does this silence indicate? No one has spoken yet. Either Mr. Arvind Kejriwal nor Mr. Manish Sisodia. I think this silence from the side of Aam Aadmi Party is a tacit approval from their side. They must come out and speak against this monstrosity, or otherwise we'll go on the streets, because it's an office bearer of Aam Aadmi Party. It's not a very general karyakarta.
Okay,
it's not a worker
this.
of the party, but it's an office bearer, and this shows you the character of Aam Aadmi Party.
Sundar Balakrishnan, it is not like he wrote it yesterday or day before yesterday or even 2 years ago. For the last 10 years, the mindset of Harpreet Bedi has been very clear. Why did he still find place in the Aam Aadmi Party?
See, if I go to the track record for BJP, their earlier leaders, there are many leaders in the past who have, track records which are so bad. Still, they find place in BJP. Let's not get into that. Now, let me tell you.
No, let us get into that. If you have somebody who is saying, wow, look at Khalistan currency, and then he still finds place in the party, then let's get into that.
Padmaja, you don't get it to old posts, okay? Is he today guilty? Is he today guilty?
Guru Prakash is old. In 2012, he might
you.
have been fascinated by Khalistan currency. Now he's not.
2012. I can give you videos of Narendra Modi and Amit Shah of 2012.
What a foolish argument.
It wasn't just 2012, sir. It was also in 2020.
What a foolish argument, sir.
Even on the 25th of May 2020, Harpreet Bedi says, according to Constitution, Sikhs can demand for Khalistan. Then how is it wrong? If you want to stop this issue, try to change the act. Otherwise, shut the F up.
Is he guilty today? I am asking you simple. Is he guilty today?
Guru Prakash, is he guilty today? Freedom of speech. Is he guilty today?
I am asking you simple question.
What sort of a stupid argument is this? What sort of a stupid argument is this? I committed murder 10 years ago. Am I not guilty today? What sort of a stupid argument is this, sir? You are not making any sense. There is no logic. There is no rationality in your statement. There is no logic. There is no rationality in your statement. Please do some introspection. आप लोग देश के लिए खतरा हैं. आप देश के लिए खतरा हैं. You are danger to the security and stability of the country, and the people of country will realize this. आप कहते हैं आम आदमी पार्टी के लोग, आम आदमी पार्टी, now you need to give an explanation. You are still silent. अभी भी अरविंद केजरीवाल शांत हैं. अरविंद केजरीवाल अभी भी चुप बैठे हुए हैं. अरविंद केजरीवाल को एक्सप्लेनेशन देना होगा. आपको बोलना होगा. ऐसे चुपचाप नहीं होगा. आप देश को खतरे में नहीं डाल सकते हैं. भारत माता को तोड़ना चाहते हैं आप. भारत माता को खंडित करना चाहते हैं आप. भारत माता को तोड़ना चाहते हैं. आम आदमी पार्टी यही चाहती है क्या? आम आदमी पार्टी यही चाहती है. भारत माता को खंडित करना चाहती है क्या? आप यही बोलते हैं. यही कारण है आप लोगों की स्थिति आज ये हो गई है. आप लोग एंटी इंडिया ब्रेकिंग इंडिया फोर्सेस हैं. आप एंटी इंडिया ब्रेकिंग इंडिया फोर्सेस हैं और देश की जनता आपको बता देगी इस बात के लिए. When you have no logic, when you have no rationality, now you are saying such a thing, such a pointless, foolish, stupid, baseless and preposterous statement is this. Such a preposterous statement is this. Aam Aadmi Party stands exposed in front of the entire country today.
Mr. Balakrishnan, it is very strange that you say there is nothing wrong today with what he has done, which is strange because if there is truly nothing wrong in 2022 with what he said in 2020, then why has he even been suspended? And if indeed he has been suspended because there is something wrong that he said, then why was he accommodated in the first place when his viewpoint was very clearly known? But RSN saying, sir, then don't suspend him. The man is innocent. Why are you suspending him? Let him continue. Let him write what he wants in his private capacity. Let him say, Lenge Azadi. Let him say, how does it matter? It doesn't matter what you say in your personal capacity. That being said, RSNC, that just a second.
Talks a lot about Aam Aadmi Party.
Okay, so he has been suspended. That is enough. RSN saying, and as it is in Punjab, it is a very, very grey area where Panthic politics ends and separatism begins. RSN saying.
No, this, talking with this folk tongue, it really pays. Like, the same people spoke with folk tongue about Butler House encounter. It paid them dividends. Similarly, they spoke about folk tongue, about the surgical strike. Pakistan lapped it up, job was done, it paid them because there is a huge proxy constituency here. So, but this gentleman, he was talking about Shahidi and Qurbani. If I may tell this loudmouth, and I have come across many loudmouths like this, that just 2-3 days before, the jihadis in Pakistan have taken away the land of the SGPC member here in Pakistan in Nankana Sahib. They should go give Qurbani and restore it. The Granti's daughter who was abducted in Pakistan, at whose behest this entire political party and this pro-Khalistani people are acting. May I tell them that the Granti's daughter in Pakistan was abducted and she still has not been restored and she will never be restored. Go and give Qurbani for that. And if you threaten this country, threaten the territorial integrity of this country in the name of Qurbani. Remember, there are 100 crore people like me who will contest you on every street, on every forum, whether intellectual or
people
physical.
Like you will contest, but politics in Punjab, and that is what I want to come to, because we're talking about, you know, this overlap of politics and Aam Aadmi Party and some elements who have Khalistan sympathies. They can turn around and argue that happens very commonly in Punjab. So to single out the Aam Aadmi Party would be wrong, RSN Singh.
Also the right-wing group. All that.
No, but no. Please. In the last elections, please check. Please, in the last elections, didn't plane loads of these, you know, jokers from Canada come here during the elections? Last elections I'm talking about, not these elections. It was a very well-known fact. 1,100 crore rupees were pumped in for that election, and you know how that, you know, how that threat was staved off. This time they have been this. Oh, shut up! This. अब चिल्लाइए मत. अगर आपको कुर्बानी देनी है ना, कुर्बानी देनी है तो जाके पाकिस्तान में दीजिए. और ये ask this gentleman, did Batla House encounter was genuine or not? Ask this gentleman whether Batla House encounter was genuine or not.
Okay,
Manasvi Thapar,
this flirtation with radicals is going to cost us dear. It cost us dear in Kashmir. It could cost us dear in Punjab. Manasvi Thapar.
Radical groups will create a problem in Punjab.
ये नौटंकी मेरे साथ मत कीजिए आप लोग.
एक सेकंड, मनस्वी थापर.
मेरे से भी मत कीजिए सर. मेरे से भी मत कीजिए.
एक सेकंड. Padmaja ji, we may blame Aam Aadmi Party for everything. But my pointed question is, on 18th February, when the letter of the former Chief Minister was given to Amit Shah ji, that there are fringe elements who are working in this election, SFJ is involved, Khalistani people are involved. What action till date have been taken? Punjab border state आज से बना नहीं है, आजादी के बाद से पंजाब border state है. So abhi we know Khalistani people are getting active in Punjab. What is the center actually doing?
What is the center doing?
Twitter पे खेलना, आप लोगों ने अरेस्ट किया. खालिस्तानी लोग यहाँ पे आके बोल रहे हैं कि खालिस्तान खोलेंगे. What is the action done? Point is to arrest him.
Okay, what is the center doing other than blame the Aam Aadmi Party?
करेंगे. हम लोग Twitter खेल रहे हैं.
Okay, let Guru Prakash answer. He's the only one who can answer on this. Yes, Guru Prakash, what did you do?
नहीं, Padmaja, we don't need any approval or certificate from sympathizers of Aam Aadmi Party. When it comes to internal security, we have seen our track record in the last 7 years. The people of India know our track record. और सही समय पे आपको भी जवाब दे दिया जाएगा. But the question is not here this. The question is the integrity and the credibility of Aam Aadmi Party. And I fail to understand the people who are representing Aam Aadmi Party have not yet explained the action or the inaction of the leadership of the Aam Aadmi Party. You have not yet apologized on behalf of Aam Aadmi Party. What is your stand, sir? Is there any moral stand in the institution of Aam Aadmi Party left or not? You are not safe for the security, integrity and integrity of our country. You must do the explanation now. You are always involved with Khalistani element. You have become the den of breaking India forces. Now when Colonel RSN Singh was speaking, you were interrupting in between. This shows, this is reflective of your character, which is anti-India, which is breaking India. And you must do the explanation now. The leadership of Aam Aadmi Party is still silent.
Sundar
and I fail to
Balakrishnan is waving his finger at you.
Inaction of the Aam Aadmi
Mr.
Party.
Balakrishnan.
Mr. Guru Prasad, let me tell you one thing. Whoever indulges in this nefarious activities in Punjab will be booked. Let me tell you, whoever it is, whether it's right-wing group, and in Punjab it is two political parties who should be blamed for this. And if these two political parties and this right-wing Hindu groups, I am telling you, I am warning them from Punjab. Police is with Punjab. If you compare Delhi and Punjab is different.
आपके ऑफिस बेयर हैं. आपके ऑफिस बेयर हैं सर ये. Why you pointing fingers at us? Why you pointing office bearer? अरे भाई, आप ये आपके ऑफिस बेयरर्स हैं. These are your office bearers, sir. Sir, these are your office bearers. ये आपके ऑफिस बेयरर्स हैं. What has he done?
Gentlemen, I'm really sorry to interrupt you. The Prime Minister is speaking in Berlin.